Yo, what's going on, guys? It's CoD Gamer back with another video. I hope you all had a great weekend. And today's video, I wanted to do an in-depth review of all of the maps and things that were added with the DLC Pack 1, the Resistance in Call of Duty World War II. So I was planning on uploading this the first day the DLC came out, but I decided against it because I felt like doing that would have rushed my whole thoughts on the maps and didn't really give me a chance to play them firsthand. Like now I had about a week to play these maps and experience them and kind of build up my thoughts and feelings on these maps, just to give you guys a better review instead of trying to rush it and put it out there just to be one of the first DLC reviewers of the map pack. But anyways, guys, so I basically played these maps for about a week or so, and I have my thoughts on them, and so let's get right into it. So first off, I want to start with my least favorite map, and that is Valkyrie. So contrary to many people, I know a lot of people actually seem to like this map. Personally, I don't, but it always seems like people are talking about how they like this map. I don't know if that's true. Maybe that's just what I'm seeing. You guys might see otherwise. Maybe people hate the map where you guys are looking, but wherever I look, people love the map. People always vote for it in game. But personally, I don't like the map. Out of the whole pack, it's my least favorite one. I think it has very bad spawns, and it's very easy to spawn trap the enemy, although so is the map Anthropoid. So I mean, it's kind of similar to Anthropoid in the respect that you can spawn trap easily. But I don't like on Valkyrie how many open points there are on the map. I just feel like it causes too much confusion. Sometimes in different game modes, I don't know if they're spawning behind me, in front of me, to the right. And usually with at least other maps in this game, you have a general sense of where the enemy is. But in this map, I don't know. It could just be me being really bad and not being used to this map. But after a week of playing, I'm still learning, how to run through this map. And I'm just still trying to learn, where spawns are. So generally, other maps, you can kind of get a sense of where people are spawning or where the enemy is spawning. But this map, I just feel confused every time I play it. Personally, I don't hate this map. Like, it's not the worst map ever, but, I just find myself doing worse on this map than the other two. And again, keep in mind, guys, these are only my opinions, so it may be completely different for you guys. You guys might love this map, But anyways, so moving on to Anthropoid, this is probably my second favorite map, with Occupation, the Resistance remake from Modern Warfare 3, being my favorite map out of the whole DLC. So I'll get into that in a second. But anyways, back to Anthropoid. So it has a lot of close combat with longer range areas throughout the map. Personally, I really like the variance between engagements. It allows you to play to your specific play style. If you like close engagements, you can run basically in the close areas of the map. And if you like longer engagements, you can kind of hang back and you got a long area of sight to shoot down, basically. So I think that's really nice, and I think the uniqueness of the map itself is also another key point, another reason why I like this map. It's just very unique, and I think the design is actually one of the better maps in the game itself. Plus being a brand new map like we've never seen it in another game, that's always welcomed, in Call of Duty. The only thing I don't like, again, like I said with Valkyrie, is the map is very easy to spawn trap if you know your way around it. I have a few key choke points that I know specifically that I can just sit and just rack up kills if I want. I have a love-hate relationship between that. I hate the fact that you can do that, but, it is good if you know how to do it. So anyways, moving on from Anthropoid. So in my opinion, Anthropoid isn't the worst map, and it's not the best map. It is a pretty good map. I'll give it that. But anyways, moving on to the Resistance remake, Occupation, in which you'll see Occupation gameplay in the background of this video. But Occupation, sadly, it is my favorite map out of the DLC pack, and it kind of sucks to say that this is my favorite. And when I say it sucks, it's because I always want brand new maps to be amazing. I want to be able to continue playing those maps in the future, and even have the new maps that they're making for Call of Duty be remastered in the future for another Call of Duty game. I want these maps to be the best that they ever have been every time they release DLC. But unfortunately, I just didn't feel like that about these map packs or these DLC multiplayer maps. I just felt they were subpar. You know, I don't feel like they're living up to the old Call of Duty standards that I kind of came up in and came up playing, you know. Resistance, for example, like in Modern Warfare 3 was undoubtedly, you know, one of my favorite maps of all time. And I love it being in this game because it's very fun to play on. However, I do think the weaponry in this game throws off the flow of the map a little in World War II, just because the guns don't have the same sort of crisp feel, you know, of the modern weaponry that was in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. And, you know, that's to be expected because this is a whole different game with a whole different guns. A whole different load of guns, you know, stuff like that. So, you know, it's to be expected. But regardless of where you stand on map remakes and whether you like them or despise them, I definitely had more fun playing on this map than Anthropoid or Valkyrie. The two brand new maps are pretty fun, but you know, if I had to choose between all three of them, I would easily pick Occupation, which kind of sucks because, you know, since Sledgehammer Games grouped all the maps into a mosh pit playlist in Call of Duty, most people don't vote for the Occupation map, they vote for the new ones. So it kind of sucks that I enjoy Occupation the most, but I will play on it the least because people want to play the new maps, which is understandable because, you know, they're brand new maps, whereas Occupation is an older map. But after playing on all of these maps for about a week, you know, Occupation is by far my favorite to play on, and it just kind of brings back that old feel of Modern Warfare 3 and when I used to play that map and just, you know, go hard on that map and do really well. And you know, just playing on that map again is really fun in this game, especially since it's boots on the ground. I know Infinite Warfare had a Resistance remake too, but, you know, there's boost jumping and stuff like that in the game and jetpacks and whatever. So it's nice again to be at boots on the ground playing on this map. So anyways, guys, that's my thoughts on the 3 multiplayer maps that were added, the 3 general multiplayer maps. Now I want to move on from that and talk about the new war mode operation that was added in the game. So this is called Operation Intercept. And this is by far my favorite war mode map that's been designed and been put in the game so far. I think the objective this time is a lot better than the other ones, or the initial objective that you have to rescue the prisoners. I think that's fun, and you know, I think it's more. I think I invested more in trying to play the objectives than I did in the previous war mode, you know, operations. I think this one was really well designed. I think the map design is really good. You know, and overall it was just a really fun mode to play. And, you know, to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of war in general. And I don't think removing a general multiplayer map to make way for this war mode was a good move on Sledgehammer's part. But overall, I have more fun on this war mode map than the other 3 in the war playlist. This map, you know, has a nice feel to it, nice gameplay. I think it has a really good layout, and it has some really, really nice choke points if you know what you're doing, which will definitely help you rack up some serious kills and XP when you're playing on this map. So anyways, guys, moving on from the war mode map, last but not least is the new zombies map, the Darkest Shore. So this map is something I was looking forward to. The trailers that Sledgehammer puts out always makes the, you know, the zombies mode look insanely cool and scary, but whenever I play them, I just don't get the same feeling from playing the maps. This is kind of a general statement for Call of Duty and their zombies mode in general, but specifically the Darkest Shore is kind of a letdown for me. I think the map design is better than the first or base zombies map that was in the game. I like that this one seems somewhat smaller, and if it is bigger, that's just because I haven't either done that well, because I'm a pretty bad zombies player. I haven't done that well to get that far, but from the looks of it, this map does seem a little bit smaller than the first one, or, you know, in general smaller. But anyways, I think the fog that deploys every few rounds is too thick, specifically because you can't see anything until a few inches away from you, you know, and then there's a zombie, which kind of sucks. But then again, I think it is justified or balanced a little bit with it only staying for a few rounds or shortly. I was under the impression we were going to get fog the entire game and then it was going to be hard to play in, but, you know, it's nice that they balance this out by getting rid of the fog, you know, every few rounds or so. Another thing I don't really like is the boss zombies, and this is kind of another general opinion on Call of Duty in general, or Call of Duty World War II in general. The boss zombies. In the first map, it was that boss zombie that had like the hammer arm or whatever it was, and in this one, it seems to be that weird spider-looking zombie. I think maybe having it every 10 rounds and being a really hard to kill boss would be better than having them come more often. I think just throwing them in there every so often kind of throws off the flow of those zombies, and it just adds an unneeded, I don't know the word I'm trying to use, but it's just unneeded in my opinion. I think it takes away from the gameplay of zombies. I think they're trying to add too much in there, and I think it just throws off the game in my opinion. Personally, I don't really think this map is bad, but I'm not a huge fan of Sledgehammer Games' zombies mode in general, so I am a little biased in that respect. I'm more of a Treyarch Zombies fan. I think they know how to make zombies the best, in my opinion. They were the original zombies creators, and the rest of the development team just kind of followed suit with that. So I think, personally, I wish they came up with different modes and left these zombies to Treyarch. But anyways, so overall, should you guys buy this DLC pack? In my opinion, I don't think it's worth buying if you don't play this game all the time and aren't truly invested in it, because nothing really stood out to me as revolutionary, or, you have to get this to, enjoy the game even more. If you thoroughly enjoy COD and you love playing on new maps, or you like the DLC for Call of Duty, then I think it's worth it. I think the maps I think they're subpar and they aren't the greatest, like I said, but they are new and they do add something to a game that only initially came with 9 maps. I think that might have been a strategic plan for Sledgehammer to only give a few maps in the base version of the game, so you'd kind of be more inclined to buy the DLC to add more content to the game. So anyways, guys, that's all for the video. Before I end the video, I just want to let you all know that I will be streaming on Twitch in the future, probably on weekends. So I'll make a schedule for that, but I just wanted to let you know that I will be streaming on Twitch in the future. The link to my Twitch is in the description. Definitely go over there and give me a follow. I'll be playing a bunch of different games, Fortnite, PUBG, Call of Duty, any sort of games you guys want to see. Anything that I'm really interested in or playing at the moment, I will be streaming on Twitch. So anyways, guys, just wanted to say that and get that out there. But thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and comment, and if you're new, subscribe to the channel. I'm CoD Gamer. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Peace.